Hello everyone, it's Healthy Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hi ladies, how you guys doing? We have some chocolate. I feel very excited.
If I know chocolate puts you in this mood, we'll give you chocolate.
No, it's an energy booster. It has this rush that comes
The
up.
sugar rush.
Yeah.
And I must confess quickly that I've realized that it is chocolate that is my problem.
Are you serious?
My jacket is a little tight. I've only worn it once. It's my second time of wearing, and I've just been indulging, you know, myself. Don't worry, Jumake, the way you will lose it easily.
Next thing.
It is chocolate.
Well, one thing, Mrs. Fuchs is our guest on Let's Talk.
Very,
She got us
very
some
nice
chocolate from Switzerland. You know, she said it's the Rolls Royce of chocolate. So, girl.
That's our Phantom
yeah, you did it.
2016.
So it tastes really good. It's not the regular, it's not the one you buy in Akpongmo. This one came from Switzerland. So can I have a
Phantom
piece?
2016.
Yes,
Mariah
so
Afolabi
just a
Brown.
piece. So how are you guys doing?
Very well,
Today's
thank
my
you.
August birthday.
Happy birthday,
My
Mr.
husband turned-
Afolabi Brown.
Yes, he turned 40 today. He had a party in church this morning. We usually have sandwiches. They gave him
Thank you for
time.
our sandwiches as well.
Yeah, he sent you guys sandwiches. You know, they gave him the floor to demonstrate, see him performing. Hey, praise God. And everything.
Mr. Afolabi Brown, God bless you. As you have reached 40, you will reach 80,
Amen.
90, and many more years as God has ordained for you in great health and wealth. You will establish God's kingdom on earth in your ministry, and you will prosper in everything that God has blessed you with.
Amen.
How are you people doing?
I'm very well. We are now the mommy of the head boy.
Oh my God!
You don't get to announce it on the show.
I didn't get that reaction. So I'm learning from you. Don't worry. You're the phone.
Congratulations.
I was so excited yesterday when they called me that, a friend of mine called me. So when I got to school, he was hoping to surprise me, but I had already gotten
Mommy,
Yes.
you must wash it.
How?
You must.
I want Yoruba people. That's what I told my friend.
But the thing
My
is,
friend say, say you are bringing something. I said, Yoruba people, if they cough, you will celebrate. If they, I say, hey.
the day they did not cough, you celebrate that they did not cough. The day they cough, you celebrate they survived the coughing. Yes. We have every
I like
reason to be
Yoruba
happy.
people.
Yes, so please
We
we'll
just
celebrate.
enjoy
I
life.
can't be head boy for nothing.
But one of the things that this must highlight, because we always say that when people get into political position, everybody keeps celebrating, but we should let them know that there are responsibilities attached to this position.
Yeah.
So you're not there to play, you're there to work.
I'm actually excited for him because, as I said, his mom is really into this, and the fact that he has parents who are there and they're supportive, and this leadership will be so monumental in his life because he could learn.
You know, even the good
a lot
thing
of
about
things.
these elections was they actually sat them down for an interview to hear from them what exactly are their plans for the school. So
What
you
now?
could actually hear, you know,
Now,
I mean,
head boy.
I didn't know my son was popular until I heard the result. Maine, it was
that's
landslide.
I said, "Oh, that means apparently he's doing something." So he was saying that even in karate, you know, he's been like a leader amongst the younger ones. They always look up to him, you know, and all that. So
fantastic.
I think
That's
I love the fact that he's learning. You know, these were the things our parents did not push us to do.
True,
When you now grow older, you realize that it's really important.
True,
Yeah.
very true.
Fantastic.
You
All
know,
right,
this is
so-
the right foundation for somebody
Yeah.
who wants to be president in future.
Yeah, so my sister.
Yeah. All right. So how you doing? I think I have a few seconds for you.
I'm very, very
You
good.
good?
So we have a sample of the flyer of the event we're working on.
Yes.
So we're still working on the event. Is
That
on that
if
G.
Tokwe and Uwa are planning an event, it's actually talking about techniques in the other room. Very important.
Yes,
And
okay.
because we realize that this other room matter
We
is a
can't let
serious
it go.
matter. So Uwa and Tokwe seem to be experts in that area. So they decided to do a conference. So we're working on that. We're going to support you guys. Because me, I know I need help.
Murayo,
So-
hide me, I beg.
So with that conference, when you guys are ready, we'll know.
Okay.
Inform our viewers and we'll come and support.
Definitely.
All right? All right, great stuff. But before we go, we're talking about obstetric fistula. Remember, Stephanie Linus did a movie on
Yeah.
Dry, yeah.
And we have a guest in the building, Mrs. Fuchs. She's doing a lot of work helping girls who have actually gone through this
DVF.
this process where you have to have sex as a young girl, you know, and then they have those leakages, and then she's helped a lot of young girls get surgery to be fixed. So we'll talk to her a bit later, but first, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We'll start with the Punch. APC governors tackle Buhari on appointments. Alleged president sidelines them in picking people for posts. We take responsibility for economic downturn, says Okorocha.
Finally.
Picture here of suspected kidnappers of Oniba of Iba after their arraignment at the Lagos High Court. How Nigeria can get out of recession, says Obasanjo. Published number plates of missing police vehicles, says Arashi.
Yes. So.
Our official didn't demand bribe from Jimoh Ibrahim, says INEC. New policy empowers NJC to suspend judges on the probe. Ex-EFCC minister held for alleged contract fraud, 1 trillion naira land deal. Senate probes diversion of $400 million polio fund. And EFCC arrests Jonathan spokesman Reuben Abati.
I want to quickly
Lots
talk
of stories.
on Arashi.
Arashi, yes.
You know, because yesterday he was saying that, they came out to say that
They were
he
collecting
took,
19.
they had recovered 19 cars from him.
Yes.
And so he has come out to say, you see, every time media trial. He has come out to say that he was shocked to wake up on a Monday morning was bombarded with calls saying that he had 19 cars with them, that there was no such thing.
So nothing was recovered?
Nothing was recovered. I mean, that he wants to reassure Nigerians that, there was no such thing. He didn't, all those are just false allegations. So I want to even beg him. If this is, if he's true with his claims, he should actually sue the police.
Yeah, he's going to.
We are done with having people just come out to just say whatever they like.
He did
People
say that
here, they are arrested on paper. People that hear that they are arrested. And they were in their house and they read it on paper.
I watched our repeat yesterday night, and Morayo said, corrupt judges. I frowned at that. Because until they are declared guilty, they're not corrupt. It's allegation. So imagine us calling Arashi a corrupt policeman. And then you find out that the allegations were wrong.
Okay, that's
I wanted to talk about the Senate probing the 400, is it million or billion again?
1 trillion naira land deal?
No.
Which other one?
Missing funds for polio
Oh yeah,
eradication.
$400 million. Yeah, so it was the Geneva-based Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization made that claim. Yes.
Morayo, it is saddening because this year on this table we're celebrating 2 years of Nigeria being polio free, and we're saying that by next year it will mean that we can never have polio again. And then he came back only for us to find out that the funds raised internationally, not locally, for the eradication of polio, as in other people are caring about your children more than you. Somebody sits on it in Nigeria, siphons it.
As you said, allegation. So let us wait till it's proven. Okay, moving on to The Nation. NJC under pressure to suspend troubled judges. MTN suspends dividends payouts. APC governors reject will-be envoys list. Picture here again, court remands the Iba Kings suspected abductors. Excuse me. EFCC grills ex-minister over 1 billion naira contract. That was pretty interesting, but who has the APC governor story? Okay, I thought
Jumake has it too.
where they were saying that, especially Governor Okorocha.
All of them, in fact. Governor Aregbesola, my governor, is also complaining.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He wasn't aware of the...
He doesn't know the person. They said the nominee from Ekiti, the last 3 governors
don't know him.
Oni, Fayemi, Fayoshe, don't know him. So they're complaining that we wonder where these people have come out from. We have an idea that all the people who worked for the presidency during the elections, they're trying to, you people are complaining, they're trying to compensate everyone. There's a particular ambassador nominee, a lawyer who testified for the president's case in the elections in 2011. It seems like, compensating everyone who has worked for our elections.
I heard that he was a senior brother for the Oni.
Yes, of Ife.
Of Oni of Ife. So, you see, the thing, I expect that this is an party issue that should have been sorted inter-party, where the governor of the state will nominate who they feel is best deserving of being an ambassador.
Lalong was saying that the lady that said that because her husband was ill, that's Talon, I think, or Fallon, I can't remember her name. But she was saying that because her husband was ill. However, the governor was saying that it's not only because of that, that because they've nominated 2 ambassadors from the same zone, and he has particularly said, listen, you can't have them from the same zone. Excuse me. So there are a lot of objections.
Magnanimous enough to step down and say, I don't want this nomination.
But the presidency has said that he would it would look at whatever the
complaints
are, and that they would resolve it. So
okay, moving on very quickly to Vanguard. Excuse me. Judges to declare assets before and after judgment, says NJC. Picture here of women's conference. I think it was wives of the governors, I believe. We fought corruption without noise, says Jonathan. I wish I read that article. Ambassadorial slot. Ensure equal representation. APC governor tells Buhari. Tension as truckloads of herdsmen cattle arrive in Enugu community. $13.92 billion repatriation allegation against MTN. Our story by Pascal Dozier. It's impossible to sell petrol at 145 naira per litre, says NPC. Who read Vanguard?
NNPC, the group managing director, crude oil marketing, Mr. Mele, was saying that right now the terrain in doing business in Nigeria is very, very, very difficult. You know, you cannot have a fixed forex rate, and you expect marketers to go and import fuel and bring them and sell at 145. That right now, even if the presidency or the government increases petroleum sale to 150 naira per litre, that it will still not, I mean, people would, I mean, the citizens will frown at it. But I thought that there was an agreement between international companies and major marketers in Nigeria so that they don't have forex issues. To source, you know, forex internationally so that they don't have forex issues. So when he's coming out to say this now, I don't even understand. So is it implying that, you know, there will be fuel scarcity and hike of fuel?
All they need
deregulation.
Yes, proper deregulation. However, even with proper deregulation, there will likely be fluctuation of prices. But at least we know that the government has no hand in it. Where we have a stipulated price, like you cannot do beyond 145, and there is constantly fluctuating forex, you cannot hold the other person to ransom to ensure that I buy something for over 145.
So they want to leave it to the
marketers. They're not paying me subsidy. If we're leaving it, let's do all the
deregulation. It's either you are doing it or not.
So, but as Nigerians, we don't want fuel scarcity because that's the game they will play. Very soon, we will not see fuel. Everybody will not say increase. We will pay anything. Just let us have fuel.
Because
don't do
of
that.
the demand.
Let's face the policies, the real policies that will solve the problem.
Mariah, I wanted to give you that Jonathan article. He was talking in the Oxford University yesterday, and he was talking about his success in governance, how he was elected to bring prosperity.
And many Avengers are still talking.
And how he fought. He talked about all his policies, railway, education, everything that he did, and that he did it without any noise, you know, that he governed Nigeria quietly, doing the right thing.
Right, moving on to Daily Sun. EFCC arrests Reuben Abati, ex-FCT minister. Dasuki Gate land swap deal listed as cause of action. We accept blame for recession, says APC governors.
Finally.
Women on rampage in Niger Delta. Kalu writes Turkish president over detention of Nigerian students. US EU under pressure to demand review of past tribunal court's judgments in Nigeria. Corruption, major challenge for judiciary, says CJN. And 5 villages protest, give herdsmen 72 hours to leave Enugu. Lots of stories. Reuben Abati is in the EFCC custody, but we don't know what's going on.
Let's just watch that one before we comment on it.
The women that are on rampage, they said in Benin, the Ego local government council, they have decided to relocate some of the women, the markets and all that. So they are protesting strongly. And a woman came out, she was saying that they are going to build them 1.2 million naira, you know, for the shops and all that. She's wondering where people would get that money from. In the same story, they were talking about Niger Delta as well, that some communities have been rampaged by, herdsmen. So they came out on the Ugeli Sapele Road, you know, protesting and saying that they need to put a stop to
Is that
this,
the
people are being killed.
Lagos Benin Expressway?
Yes, Lagos Benin, yes.
Okay.
I read the story on Governor.
I read the herdsmen, the 5 villages in Enugu, Okala, in Nkanu local government area. They saw herdsmen come in 511 lorries. I think that's Mulwe, 511. Into the villages, and these 5 communities came out and started protesting that no, we don't want herdsmen in these communities. We have to leave our villages. We don't want any trouble.
Okay. All right.
I think
So
the
I think
governor
we can
should step in because we
That's-
all know what solutions have worked in some community. The governor should step in, dialogue with these herdsmen, and reach an agreement that will bring peace to everybody. We don't want
All right.
killings.
No, but if they are headsmen, how come they're bringing them in lorries?
Well, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, we start off with the food security in Lagos State with our guest, and later we'll continue talking about the vesicovaginal fistula. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
According to reports, the Lagos State government has restated its commitment to work with private sector to facilitate food security by harnessing public and private investment to create a strong mixed sector economy that can provide food, jobs for all, and create the base for expanding social services and environmental sustainability. Joining us on the show to discuss is the Senior Special Advisor on Food Security, Lagos State, Mr. Sonny Okalawo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so we're talking about why is the Lagos State interested in
Food
food security generally?
Thank you very much. You know, there is every need for us food secured because you can see the prevalence of hunger everywhere. And His Excellency the Governor of Lagos did not mince word in his inaugural speech that focal to his administration is food security. That shows a responsible governor. So, because we know that very well that we are food insecure in Lagos State because we produce just 15% of what we consume. So, and there are other challenges like climate change. You know, through climate change,
Desertification.
there are a lot of issues. Desertification.
Yeah.
You encounter water stress. You encounter erosion of variable land, and again, let's just carry one and ask a question. If suppose there is food crisis or there is war somewhere, and we are unable to access food from those places that food normally comes from, what happens? Do we die of starvation in Lagos? No. So that's why we must, as a government, do something to mitigate all of these
So what are you doing?
untoward trends. Chief among what we have done in recent time is, our collaboration with Kebbi State.
Kebbi State, yes.
To deliver rice to Lagosian and Nigerians at large by December, by the grace of God. Because we have a 2.5 metric tons per hour rice processing mill. In Kebbi, they have vast hectares of land where they do rice plantation.
Okay.
So we're going to be the ready off-taker of that rice paddy. And we're scaling up our rice processing mill from 2.5 to 42.5. And again, that's why we're trying to attract investors in that area to come and invest more and more so that we can ensure food security. Aside rice, we're also doing a lot of other agricultural commodity development, so yeah, sorghum, millet, groundnut, livestock. So that, in the area of livestock, an investor is already, on ground, coming to do livestock value chain, especially in the red meat value chain.
Okay.
Is there
Do meat processing, dairy, dairy products like cheese, yogurt, milk, and all whatnot. So that's what we're doing in recent time.
So you're talking more about the agro-allied chain. So is there any provision for creating farmers? Because I know in the Ekpe axis, a lot of people have gone into different kinds of farming and also Badagry axis. So is there any provision available right now? If somebody says, okay, I want to be a farmer, but I do not want to go far away. I want to do it in Lagos. Is Lagos State willing to support private farmers to say, okay, they join in this holistic vision?
We're already on ground doing that. We have farm settlements all over the state. We have a vegetable farm settlement in Yafi in Badagry. We have a poultry farm settlement in Ayedoto in Badagry area. Also have in Odonguyon poultry farm, Erikorodo poultry farm settlement. We have a fish farm settlement in Odonguyon. We're doing all that, and we have a robust program for. We have an agency called Agricultural Land Holdings Authority. What they do basically there is to let farmers have access to farmland.
Okay.
So we just procured 400 hectares of land in Ketuereyin.
Okay.
And we have land in Ogun State, 500 hectares in Egua. We're doing rice plantation there. We have 87.3 hectares in Osho State, in Okini.
Okay.
And even in Abuja, we have 50 hectares. We're doing cattle rearing there.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot of plan going on to ensure that we have food. But for the man on the street right now, there is food. The issue has always been the price. So when we start producing locally, because I eat locally produced rice, the Ofada-like rice, and it isn't cheaper than the imported polished rice, which is what the plantations are working on. Is the rice plant, the mills that you're working, the partnership deals you're working on, is it going to provide cheaper rice
quality
and cheaper meal rice at good quality?
You agree with me that food security, its essence is to provide food in an abundance, make it available, made it affordable, and make good use of it in terms of what you consume, how healthy it is, how wholesome it is. Regarding the rice, the Lake Rice, that's our brand. It's an acronym of Lagos and Kebbi, Lake Rice, that we are bringing on board to Lagosians. It's going to be affordable and be, price friendly.
Okay, let me take this call.
It's.
Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there? From Ebutemete.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Habib. Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, happy birthday to your husband.
Thank you.
The thing is that when we talk about food security, basically the wastage that we're experiencing nationally is one of the key major factors that affect this. And how do I mean? If you should go to like my shop now, you will discover that most of this food, they are being wasted. As in probably because we don't have silos or good preservative or something. So the government should work on wastage instead of just buying hectares of land and we not seeing the food being cheap or still having the fear of security. And even in modern days, you still need technology. You don't need vast land for you to part agriculture. Okay. You can even practice rice in a plot of land with technology, and you get valuable output.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's a very good suggestion, Habib. But I heard that there was something that Lagos was planning. Maybe hopefully these kind of issues might be addressed.
It will address it.
Okay.
Definitely, that way it will address it.
All right,
Mr. Okalao, yeah, from a royal family in Saleko, so you probably have never experienced hunger. You're an accountant. You've worked in pensions schemes in Lagos and over your career.
LIRS.
How are we and when are we going to experience food security in Lagos? The question really is because every day there's an influx of population. The facility in Lagos is overdrawn. So when are we going to say, we have reached there?
Thank you. We have taken the bold step, and by starting with agricultural commodity value, value chain development, and little by little we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. So the gentleman who just called talk about food wastage. Actually, 40% of what comes into Lagos as food gets rotten away. And as a responsible government, what we're doing in that direction is to ensure that we put in place, we attract investors. Because this thing, if we must attain food security, we must migrate from the subsistence farming
I agree.
to mechanized commercial farming. Yeah. And investors must come on board. Okay. That's why the Lagos government has, established Office of Overseas Affairs and Investment. That office, you agree with me, what they basically do in that office is to create a seamless platform for investors to thrive.
Yeah.
In Lagos now, if you need land and you want to invest in Lagos, it's easier than ever before.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. We'll have our viewers check up the summit that Lagos State is planning so that people can get more information on this, because it's important. Food security is to be good for Lagos to be independent of other states concerning food. However, we applaud the work that's been done so far, and we hope that we can support you in any other way we could. Thank you very much, sir, for
So
coming.
all of our challenges are what that summit will address in a short while.
All right. That's all we can take. Let's take a quick break now. When we come back, vesiculovaginal fistula is our focus on Let's Talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Now, vesiculovaginal fistula is still a major problem in developing countries, especially in northern region of Nigeria. The prevalence of the VVF is often underestimated because the number of sufferers is linked to those who come to hospital for treatment. According to reports, 3 out of every 1,000 deliveries in West African countries develop VVF. And about 200,000 women await surgical repair in Nigeria alone. Also, between 500,000 to 1 million women and girls are living today with VVF. Joining us is a founder of Bridgewise, an NGO committed to the prevention and eradication of VVF, Faith Fuchs, and the Principal Medical Director, Dr. Kabiru Abubakar. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to have you both.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thanks
Right,
for having us.
you can call us on 070-806-6801, or you can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Now, for those who have no idea what this is, what this VVF is, could you kindly just give us a simple definition, or even illustrate for us so they don't understand what VVF is?
With great pleasure. Again, thanks for having us on the show today. In Nigeria, we refer to this condition as VVF, but actually the correct appellation is obstetric fistula. Because VVF is only one type. VVF is vesicovaginal fistula, which relates to when a woman has a fistula that makes her incontinent with urine. But there's rectovaginal fistula, which means a woman can also be incontinent feces. Absolutely. So an obstetric fistula is a condition that is one of the most devastating childbirth injuries a woman can have. It occurs when a woman has obstructed labor. So perhaps maybe I should just try to illustrate this.
Certainly.
So woman's pregnant, tries to give birth. She's in labor. First day, nothing happens. Second day, baby is still stuck and she's not able to push that baby out. And what has happened is that the baby is trapped in the birth canal. The baby is unable, she's not able to push the baby down. The tissues that separate the birth canal from the bladder and from the rectum then get squashed, and the blood supply is cut off. When that blood supply is cut off for long enough, what happens is that those tissues atrophy, they die, and a hole forms between either the bladder and her birth canal or the rectum and her birth canal. That hole is what is called a fistula. Now, rather than the urine going through her urethra, it goes down her vagina. And the rectum, if she's unfortunate, some women have just one, vesicovaginal fistula, or rectovaginal fistula, or some women have both. And Dr. Kabir will tell you more, but in our discussions, we know women who have lived with fistula for over 40 years. We know women who, or young girls who've lived with fistula for so long as well. So that's the definition.
Okay, let me come to Dr. Abubakar, because you're obviously a northerner, and you possibly have encountered quite a number of young girls in that region of Nigeria who have experienced these this surgery and the fact that they have not been able to find medical attention early enough. How has the experience been? I mean, I know you're going to go into the medical angle, but how has the experience been from that region of Nigeria on this condition?
Thank you for inviting me. Actually, it's not so much young girls. It's women in their childbearing age. Why I say that is the concept that it's small girls who are married early who develop this. It's actually not, it's a wrong one. Any woman who has a labor and the labor is obstructed and it's not resolved on time can develop this condition. And more so now, it's seen more in women due to the situation in the healthcare delivery system. You can get to hospital and if you do not get the attention on time, still you will develop a fistula. So it's not only restricted to the northern part of the Nigeria, it's all over actually. And anywhere where a woman goes into labor and she does not get the attention that she needs, she can develop this condition.
One would ask immediately that why, I mean, if your labor is prolonged, why isn't a CS done immediately? Is it lack of medical care?
Facility?
Well, there are so many things attached to that. It is what you said, yes. There is that. There is also delay in even transporting the patient to the facility. Wow. There is also a delay in even taking decision to go to the hospital.
Wow.
And on getting to the hospital also there are obstacles. You can get to the hospital, the personnel may be available, but the condition to be able to perform a cesarean section may not be there. Or all could be there, and failure in any of the chains that will make the condition feasible could be lacking, like equipment, or equipment may fail.
But I want to ask a question, sir. Because I know when you're pregnant, and I think in about your 3rd trimester, when you go to see your gynae, they examine your cervix. They check to see that is this cervix strong, I mean,
competent,
good enough, to push a baby through a normal delivery. And that there and then they tell some mothers, I'm sorry, you cannot have your baby under normal condition, you have to go through a CS. So is this linked in any way? If women maybe with those kind of diagnoses go ahead to say that they want to give a natural birth, would this also lead to fistula?
Or they didn't have antenatal at all?
Can I just say that we're assuming that every woman who's pregnant has access to a hospital. I just last month ran 2 fistula surgery repair camps, one in Ibadan for 52 women and another one in Bida in cooperation with the wife of the governor of Niger State, who is also an obstetrician, Many of these women who we have didn't go to a hospital. I had women in Ibadan who gave birth at a native doctor's. I have some people who are in very, very rural settings who have no access. And of course, there's certain people who actually show up in hospital who would have been able to give birth and not develop a fistula, but because of the delay in giving them the care they need in hospital, developed a fistula. So there are a lot of social